Right, guys. In 3, 2, 1, action.
Well, welcome to Q Convos. My name is Desmond Vincent. I'm a journalist, I'm a writer, and I am particularly excited today because we're talking about queer stories in Nigerian media. And that's something that I feel like all my career has been leading up to. Because not just to being a journalist, I am a celebrated actor in for 2 years and a day. So please raise your hand if you've seen the movie and you loved me in it. Raise your hand, all of you.
I've seen the movie, but I always love you.
Thank you very much.
It's just because of love.
So please tell me, what are you guys' favorite Nigerian queer films? What are you guys watching? What do you guys want to see?
So I think first of all, we're getting there, right? Visibility is important. Sometimes it comes in a way that we don't understand or we don't agree, but the fact is that the conversations are out there and we are constantly being humanized, in recent time. But we have to also be careful how we let other people tell our stories, right? So as a queer person, how you tell your story, you're telling out of, lived experiences, but other people who are not queer or not within the community might not be able to tell it in the way that you would have. So it's important that we take these powers back and be able to tell our story by ourselves. So yes, it's one thing to have a fantastic production, fantastic storyline, but how are you able to talk about the lived realities of these community members?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of like queer people are actually telling their stories nowadays, like Ife, like She Day, all those movies. I think they were primarily queer produced, I think, by queer people. Yeah. And those are the only ones I've seen. I don't, if it's by a straight person, I'm not watching.
Wait, you never saw, so nobody ever saw like any downplay of like a queer or gay movie, quote unquote, where they saved the gay person.
I saw those. I saw Men in Love. I actually loved Men in Love.
Men in Love, yes.
Minus the ending, I actually liked.
I love Men in Love. I love Dirty Secret. But there was another one, Dirty Secret now.
But who wasn't it?
During that era. Should I call names?
Yes, please.
But then I feel that no matter how these people try to tell queer story, there's a part that still tells people that they're not human enough. Exactly. So that's why I might not totally agree with a straight person or a heterosexual person telling queer story. But I love what with he, she, they. It wasn't just queer people, queer creatives telling their stories and being cast and being directors, DOP and all of that. We have a legendary actor, as part of the cast. You remember? So that was a thing. That was a huge move. This is someone that is in cinema, box office movies, but there we, for the first time in a long time, having them in an actual queer story.
Now imagine us having a series.
I love it. Series about
what? Yeah, imagine a series or a sitcom.
I agree.
Oh my God.
A sitcom is what I want. A sitcom is what I want. I want a Friends type gay Nigerian show. That's what I want.
I feel like queer stories are not told enough.
Exactly. Too short. Like no.
You must agree that we are getting there.
And wait,
are we? Is there any real progress in the last 10 years?
Compared to what it was 10 years ago.
Describe it 10 years ago. Describe it now. What's the main difference?
10 years ago, you could hardly see Nigerian production that portray queer lives as human.
They're always saved.
It's always as a profession, no matter what rituals, mental health issues. But now, if you click on YouTube now, I'm sure you see hundreds. Whether they are amateur or they are professional, the truth is that these stories are being told constantly, and it's a thing to applaud. See, when it comes to change, whether it's 1 inch, whether it's 2 steps, it is change. We have to accept and recognize these individuals who are actually making this effort.
Another issue I have is the over-sexualization of queer stories. This is honestly, also I feel like it doesn't really
cut across the entire queer movement because there's so many people that are non-sexual, that are in non-sexual relationships and do not exactly toot their, sexual side. So also this kind of gives a harmful narrative to queerness into pushing it towards being a fantasy and not being an actual.
No, but I disagree. Not entirely true. Okay. We are sexual beings. And if
I would not say so.
If
not
one
all
aspect
of
us are being told, it's just a matter of time. But the truth is that it's been pushed out there.
Yeah, but it's only one aspect that's been told, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That aspect has been told
That's
for
what
a
I'm
while.
saying.
There
There are other aspects of
literally
our life.
Anybody you meet and you tell the person I'm lesbian or I'm bisexual, they start thinking, oh my god, so that means you're gonna have a threesome with me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that means I have got. Oh my goodness.
Tell us your story.
Because that's the narrative.
That's the idea.
The moment you talk about gayness, they feel, okay, I cover my ass with the blood of Jesus. So that's how you think about me.
That is because that narrative has been overflogged.
Exactly.
And there are so many facets to someone being queer.
Yeah, I feel like that facets to people being queer is told mostly in like queer books. Because I feel like queer books cover a multitude of queer experiences, like Akweke, Logosa, I know it's Som Tochoko, but I don't know. I can't remember it.
Not
Annie Kayode. Like all the books, they cover different experiences and actual queer lives. So it's not like the media where it's like, oh, you talk about the party, you talk about the romance. Like the books go deeper. That's what I feel.
Yeah, and even the personal life.
But when we talk about books, we have to agree and understand that. I hate to say this, but it seems like it is what it is. Nigerians don't read. That is what, even in blogs, you see them run with the caption. They don't read the story, so they just run with the caption and they use it even in the comment section. So realize that even as little as few paragraphs, we don't read.
I was mostly talking about like for queer people because queer people, I feel like queer people read.
Heterosexuals,
don't read.
Large not like
what I'm saying.
I'm kidding.
More queer people.
We read more than heteros. Yes.
So is that to say that the impact of movies and visuals are more penetrated? Than actual books? Because for media, anybody can see. I don't know a heterosexual Nigerian who will go and buy queer books because
do you know a lot of heterosexuals actually watch queer movies for the sex?
I didn't know.
For the sexual tension, for the sexual attraction.
That tracks.
Not really because they want to, unlearn their biases or because they want to see us as human beings.
Twitter discussions come up where they say they prefer
fantasy.
Watching.
Yes.
Makes sense.
A lot of heteros will tell you that they want to.
So I hear loads of heterosexual men talk about how they would rather watch lesbian porn. But I don't know. Okay, I also hear heterosexual women talk about how they watch porn. So why is that a thing? So that's not very good. That's not a very good narrative. It's not a very good narrative.
Please.
Because I've had these conversations with a lot of heterosexual women. They like the idea of a fantasy. They like, in fact, they would rather. I've had straight women. I've had straight women ask me to organize gay orgies for them to watch men go at it.
Are they rich women?
And these are straight women. You understand? Same thing with straight men saying, oh, I won't mind watching two women go at it. It's a fantasy for them. They cannot see beyond
Could that
be
the
genital meet and greet.
Over-sexualizing?
That's what I'm saying.
I really think we need like more movies where they're portraying queer people personally, not just like. Did anybody see Unburied?
I've not seen Unburied.
Oh my god!
Tell us.
Please.
I don't know. Are we name dropping? I don't know if
no. Yes, we already dropped.
Alex was in it.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was beautiful. So basically, the story.
Alex.
I am very shit at narrating, so please pardon me. Just go watch it. But basically, it's talking about the rebirth. So the way I understand it is them coming out and like being a new person. Right now they're trans, and this is their new identity, and their mom and everything. The whole ordeal of being trans. As a African child, basically. And then it now shows a whole prophecy of them being buried and then unburying themselves, and it's them unburying themselves. Do you get that kind of thing? Like they killed their own self.
Wow.
They were being chased and everything. It was just a whole thing of like trying to narrate how the trans child grows up knowing this one identity, finding out another identity, not even accepting the identity due to internalized homophobia and all that, and then finally accepting this, the whole trauma they would face, stigmatization they face from home and all that. I feel like we need more medias like that.
But I feel like that also comes in that we have like a lot of queer stories that
exactly they're not told.
Not even not told, like basically queer tragedies about like the bad things that happen. About,
if it's not sexual, about like it's something sad.
If
it's about like
sexual,
it's about being delivered. Something about that.
HIV killing some men.
There has to be an end to your sexuality for them for that story to be.
But this was not a bad story.
No. Not buried. We're saying that if it's not sexual,
there are a lot
it's a
more
tragedy.
things to explore. There's more stories about us to tell.
That
We
is
can't
not
just,
really.
Like we don't even have to be like. Why does it have to be that we have to be extra or be like?
We have
to be a certain way. Why can't we just
normal friend group sitcom?
We're supposed to be unicorns.
So this is the question: what does a really good queer story from Nigeria look like? Like a story that is not like based on stereotypes, that's not based on tragedy or overly sexual. What does that look like?
Let me give you an example. Now, did you see how it was as if everybody united when the last season or episode of Beauty in Black came out? The straight, the queer, everybody loved the story.
To be honest.
Queer people were portrayed as natural human beings with their, weaknesses, strengths. They don't have to be good to appeal to you. They don't have to be bad.
I don't know if Men in Black is a good.
No, Beauty in Black.
Beauty in Black. It's not by Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Not that read. But I think.
Let me finish. Now, I sat down and imagined if this story were told by a Nigerian and Nigerian cast, would it still have the same effect? Right? It would have been one actor being branded, whether or not they are queer, as queer. I mean, that's not a problem. But you see lots of stereotype, a lot of bashing, because
that person's going to face a lot.
Somehow Nigerians agreed that Beauty in Black, from social media, that Beauty in Black was a good production. In fact, most of people's favorite acts were the gay characters.
Well, you also have to think about it that, like, if it's foreign, they can.
That's another thing.
Once they see it, you have like blogs. Oh my God, they're trying to corrupt your
This
is how science, like,
they're trying to influence Western ideologies.
But listen, there has been so much straight movies and series since I was born. Nobody influenced me to be gay.
Well, they don't think about it.
They think you learned it. They think you learned it.
Where did I learn it from? The television was just showing me a man and woman kissing all the freaking time.
Well, they feel like somehow.
Which begs the question: are we really seen and misunderstood, or we actually understood? Because yes, we may be getting some level of visibility right now as queer people online, in the media and otherwise, but are we really understood? We are still seen as that utopia, that that fantasy. Once you're different, it's like, okay, let me just see how I can get this one, give me the best orgasms ever, and pretend that never happened.
Well, I agree with you, Elena. I also insist that has been development. That has been progression. That's been progression. And I'd say let's look at within the Nigerian pop space, the content creators. The ones that, people would call them all manner of name, but I think I like the way most of them propagate queer culture and identity in their, male to female characters. Sometimes it kind of as if it mocks the whole thing, but there are quite a number of them.
Disagree.
No, there are quite a number of them that are actually channeling this character. I don't want to call names, actually the character in the way that I think it's proper, right? There are quite a whole lot of them that are homophobic and are trying to make mess of the whole thing. But we cannot sit here and say no, that the work is not being seen and it's not being recognized, and there's no progression within what they're doing. There are quite a lot that are doing great.
Let me tell you what I have. I have an issue with men cosplaying women as a caricature.
And it's not even funny.
I am a woman.
As
and
caricature, of course not.
Wait. Sometimes it may look like they are pushing the queer agenda further, but you do not have to pull down a particular group of people to lift up another group of people.
Explain pull down.
Here is what I mean, right? A lot of times when we see a lot of male comedians cosplay women,
Cross-dressing.
it is usually like highlighting a lot of terrible things about the womanhood.
Exactly.
Like,
Stereotype.
Yes, highlighting the stereotypes.
Mocking.
It's a mocking thing, and I don't follow a lot of them because I feel like, if a woman cosplays as a man and highlights the male bad sides or whatever, it's gonna be called out. People are gonna say, you're a woman, why are you doing this?
It doesn't even matter.
I don't think
Actually, it doesn't even matter if it's called
And
out
it will
or
not
not.
have the same
It's not the same.
So,
like,
if you're not funny to me, I'm sorry. Whether you wear a dress from now till tomorrow, you're not funny to me.
Do you
It
not
doesn't
I'm
matter
sorry.
what you're doing.
And I'm very curious. How do you feel about drag? How do you feel about like?
I have no issue with
Okay.
drag.
But
Here's
So,
the
is it, so,
reason
is
why.
it, so
I'm getting at
what's
that.
the so what's the line, I guess, for them
the
to cross when they
difference between drag and comedians
Caricature,
cosplaying women is that with drag, it is an actual job. It is an actual thing. Like it is
culture.
It is culture. It is pop culture.
Can't even compare
Drag,
it.
both men and women can be drag queens,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
And they do it very well. They literally do the whole outfit changes. That they come out and have performances.
Mhm.
No comedian comes out to have performances.
But
Just
they're drag comedians
hold on,
that actually.
somebody,
No, I think I'm getting what you're saying.
somebody invited Mama Diola on Women
Oh
International
my God.
Day
Right.
to
Wait.
come. Please,
That
Wait,
man,
I
not
don't-
this
I don't know
is
this.
something
I
that
don't know this
literally
law.
Sorry, I don't know
pissed
this
me
law.
They-
No, I
off.
know them, but I don't know this law. Please, can you tell me?
It was
International Women's Day.
it was this lady
To talk.
I don't know. It's
Talk
one of
about
the
a
panel.
woman or what?
Yes, one of
And
the
women
panel.
like that listening to them.
Listen,
dressed
I was
as like Mama Diola.
disgusted because there needs to be a line
Sorry,
drawn from
did it come
somebody.
as Mama Diola or
Yes.
Diola?
As Mama Diola.
With the rope and
Wait,
all that?
Yes. And it was like, oh, it was going to tell like advice or talk from the perspective
About
of Mama
women.
Diola.
Are you kidding me?
Mm.
Like it was so
It was very
Are we okay?
distasteful because there are so many women in the industry that you can
your
use.
emotion. Sorry, I have to dwell a bit on this.
Yes, please.
Inviting
No,
a-
dwell.
Inviting a man to something that's supposed to be a women only
International-
event
yeah.
to actually give a speech.
So here is it, right? Being a woman is not a caricature. It's not something. It's not a dress you wear and you drop and then you say, "Oh, you're this," and then
Mhm.
you carry it on.
It's
Just
beyond
like
the dress and makeup.
It's beyond the
And
dress
it's always
makeup.
misogyny.
Yes, it is
Yes.
misogynistic. Just like we know Denola Gray, we know Darren Lay
Oh,
Edun,
great.
right? Darren Lay dresses very feminine and all of that, but you can't see him one day come out to say, "Oh, women," or do this or do that. No. Whilst we're trying to say, oh, people should, express themselves online, also try to respect other people. I feel like that's just what I feel a lot of people should carry at the back of their heads.
But again, do you think one more, please, that these creators who try to make caricature of women by their dresses actually have strong influence on an average young, effeminate boy?
It's not even, I think it's even more than that. I think even the homophobic people that watch them, even the misogynistic people that watch them would think, okay, this is a stereotype. So when there's a direction, maybe you offended me, I'm feeling emotional. Okay, Mama Diola already said it's based on this video, based on that media that I saw, that this is how you are supposed to act. So that's how you are. And then that's the conclusion. So even effeminate young boys or whatever would feel a certain type of way and would want to even hide more because it's like,
the representation is not
the representation
well.
is supposed to make
Right.
that the representation is not for people. It's not for visibility. It's more for jest.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more to make fun of.
Yeah.
It's not like they are doing it to make people know
which
more.
still also brings back to the queer movement.
Exactly.
We are not to be made fun of.
Exactly.
We are living, breathing humans with real life emotions that sometimes when we see a lot of things that make us feel bad, misrepresent us, we feel like we're taking like 100 steps back and 2 steps forward.
More back into the shell.
Right.
So can I say this? I think a lot of the offensive media that we see are made by people not in the community.
Yeah.
But then
the
the content made by people in the community don't get like they don't get like the reach that they should get.
Yes,
They don't get to be
yes.
pushed forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do we do there? Do we support more queer people? How do we
Yes.
support them? What does that look like?
Okay, we support them by like, watching them, contributing them. So I mean, watching them.
For every time
promoting
you
them.
see this, at least a click, a like, a comment, a
Yeah.
share, that is the only way. I mean, an average Nigerians can, a queer person, I think, can. So because if you say give money, how many of us has money to give? How many of us has money to
Yeah.
sponsor?
It's just
Yeah.
visibility.
So just in your own way,
Visibility.
keep talking about them, keep giving them this visibility, keep showing other people, keep sharing these reels, right? I like what some media houses did in the past. I don't know, Ebony Life. I like when Derele was one of their Denola Gray was one of their major anchors. That was a couple of years ago. I like what they did there, and if you watch those clips, he was true to himself, right? In his dresses, in his mannerism, in the conversations that he had, in the narrative that he used.
And like, just to add more, the other day I went to the airport and I saw Annie on one of the flyer talking about like, go get your PVC, and I was like, yes, like this is the portrayal. Like, you shouldn't be that effeminate men are supposed to look a certain way,
Right.
or they're supposed to be bad, or be made jest of. Like, they're supposed to push positive.
Can we claim
agendas.
effeminate men as part of queer representation?
Well,
Can we?
Well, I think the narrative is that like a narrative that is pushed in media mostly is that like if you are femme, you are gay.
You're gay.
Like, it's like one of the markers, because if you're watching a movie and you're seeing like a very femme, and they always cast them in roles of like, designers, stylists, best
Makeup
friend,
artist.
Best friend.
They're always best friend.
A personal assistant.
Yeah.
And it's always
Gay-
heavily
queer-coded
implied in the
roles.
movies that
Yeah.
you're gay.
Right.
So
Even if you're not and you're just effeminate,
Yes.
the stereotype is there already.
So I feel like,
and I don't like the way they make it more comic. You know how they use
as a punchline,
And
Yeah.
an effeminate man is already something to laugh about.
Yeah.
I mean,
she comes to mind. She comes to mind.
I know what comes to mind. But she does come to mind.
Yeah.
Now, in such characters where queer people or persons' identities are being portrayed in a laughable manner. I don't think that is very good. Even though you watch it sometimes and you want to laugh, then you realize that no, this is not proper.
It's not
They're
even
laughing
funny.
at you.
They are laughing at me.
Like,
then,
yeah.
and I think it's just not enough to come and because stand shape, you want to scream, she ate and left no crumb, she served the movie, go and watch it. No, you should be able to say, even though she served this part, the food no done. Right? So be able to call this out in the comment section while you are critiquing their projects. Be able to, because the truth is that it will shock you that some of these creators do not know better. So until you call them out, they might not know. But if all of us sit down and keep saying, what you served, what you served, that serving is not serving.
Yeah, but like, another question is, workwear. How often, like, how much can we criticize ourselves before other people that are not supposed
especially
to criticize
publicly.
us? Yes, would not start imputing themselves.
So I think we can correct. It doesn't have to be criticism. We can go under the comments. This is beautiful, but it should have been better this way. I will say it here.
But do you do it publicly, and knowing that if we, let's say, quote someone's tweet, we're probably bringing them to like more people, like being weird towards them. So how do you do it? And should we do it privately? Should we not do it at all?
Well, let's see the DM.
Another point.
Yeah, but then people
That's getting personal.
Yeah,
You
people
could easily be
get
snubbed or
aggressive.
disrespected.
And then be like, who are you to come tell me
Yeah.
this?
Tell me. I will do that. That's the way you come at me in the DM. I'll tell you that was a public post.
Yeah.
Go and
So
drop it
I
there.
just do it
Fucking leave
publicly.
this place. Don't come to my DM. It's not your parlor. So see, take it to the public. If it's bad, I might delete it and block you. But then don't come to my inbox. That does not mean I'm not teachable there. But then don't disrespect me like that.
Well, I don't think effeminate men are exactly a part of the community. I feel like people have made them into a part of the community, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
It's like saying
The
masculine
stereotype.
presenting women.
Yeah, masculine presenting women.
Women.
are-
One, not
Even if
square.
you're a tomboy.
Yes, they are
Doesn't
automatically
matter.
assume they're square. So I feel like as a community, I feel we can't throw them out.
No,
I mean,
not really. What's
Can
the
we
difference?
say they're representative then?
well,
They may not be representing
Expression,
us.
right?
They're just
Yeah.
expressing
Expression.
themselves.
That
we
is
are
right.
right.
effeminate men in
Expression.
the community.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we are they represent us. They are a representation of us. We take care of those ones.
The ones in the community, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a question, a quick one. You mentioned tomboy. That seems like different from stud.
Yes, a tomboy is different from a stud.
Forgive me.
A tomboy
I want to know.
is-
Oh, you don't know?
A
I
tomboy.
think they are the same.
A tomboy is a
Okay.
straight
A tomboy
masculine
is
woman.
a straight woman who is masculine presenting.
Oh.
Yes. A
Well,
stud is a
queer
black
woman?
American.
Yes,
Yes,
queer.
a lesbian.
A black lesbian.
Yeah.
Not bi.
Masculine
Yes,
lesbian.
mostly.
so
lesbian.
what about
Oh.
a bi? Is there like a bi stud?
Yeah.
No,
There's nothing
no,
like a
there's
bi
So you
stud.
can't be a
A
stud
bi
and
woman
bi.
who
Can't be a
masculine
stud and
presenting is
bi.
called what?
Damn. So what are you?
See, in Nigeria, all of them, they call-
Identify as
But
stud.
a bi woman who is masculine presented is called what?
A woman?
It's called a bi woman.
See, let me tell you what it is. They either call themselves stud or mas.
stop.
Oh, okay,
They
Mass,
don't,
okay, Mass,
like,
okay, Mass.
Especially in Nigeria, I feel like when it comes to Nigerian labels, especially in the Safi community, you are femme, you are stud, you are STEM. Have you seen something different? Like normally, if you're saying
Stems are the
if you're in a
verse,
TikTok
right?
post
Stems are the
and you're
verse.
saying,
The verse
"Oh,
on your-
can be
tell me your
Yeah.
role or something and where you are," is that not what you see?
I would see mask though.
And you see mask, but that's because some people don't like to identify as.
But then
Yeah.
again, let's talk about media, right? Especially, let's narrow it down to Nigeria. When queer identities or matters or issues come up, do you think they see it as something that they sensationalize?
No.
It's not really like a matter that should be discussed. It's not a thing of concern. Especially when it has to do with victimization of a queer person. So you see, the most time the captions are disrespectful,
Very,
misleading.
very.
Yeah. So do you think
you don't agree?
it's all for the buzz and?
They are hateful.
Okay,
I
yeah,
always
yeah.
see
So,
hateful
so you
is
think
the
they're all
word.
for the buzz and not
Yes.
really
Yes.
Sensationalism,
Yes.
fully.
Sensationalization.
Yeah, they want to get all the eyes. They want to make it as
Yeah.
dramatic as possible. Don't to be like queer man killed by 14 minutes after
Yes,
he went to hook up with this place. They want it as
Yes.
that's what
Bad
they
as they
want.
can
Did you
Yeah.
guys hear
Because
the
the-
story of, sorry to cut you, did you
Mhm.
guys hear the story of the queer guy who raped kids? There's so many stories of straight men, straight pastors.
No, when it comes to that, sorry to cut you short. I don't like the sound of queer man who raped kids.
No,
Sorry,
it was-
it's a bit
it was
disturbing.
a
Can we use
story.
pedophile?
Yes, a
Pedophile.
pedophile.
Yes.
Yes, that was
Yes.
a pedophile.
Thank you.
But the way it was censored, I'm telling you how
How
I
it was-
read
it was
it.
okay, how you
presented.
read it? Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
It was
All right.
written as gay man rapes kids.
Oh.
And it went so viral. And I went there and I said, that's a pedophile.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's how it
And
should be
a lot of
addressed.
people came at me and they were like, "Oh, because you're a community member, that's why you're trying to defend him. This one,
They,
that one,
they
that
get
one."
defensive.
They said I was defending the man, and I'm like, "Do you know how many stories of pastors and general straight men of authority in places of
Yeah.
authority that molest kids every single day, but it does not go viral because it's seen as a norm? Do you know how messed up we can be as a society to see heterosexual people molesting kids as normal? Messed up. The
That's fucked
media even makes it even worse.
Well, like,
What about public figures? Sorry to bring this in. Public figures like Bobrisky or like James Brown. Do we say these people are representing us in the media in one way or the other? Like, do we think,
That's a dicey one. That's a dicey
Representation.
one.
That's a very.
Yeah.
But then I
Yeah.
would say
Because they're
one
in the
thing.
media.
And,
Yeah,
I would say
that's
one
a
thing, and it's
dicey
my
one.
personal opinion. In as much as we may not agree with some of the things that they do and say, or inactions and actions, we cannot deny the fact that there has been some work these people has put in there, knowingly and
Yeah,
unknowingly.
being
You know, if you throw baby away with bathwater now, community is community. This is not trying to encourage badly behaved,
Yeah.
community members. But you can't look at these individuals that you've mentioned, and say that they have not made impact.
so they're making
No.
us get better, not louder?
Not
basically.
not really better, not louder, but there's an
No.
impact.
No, that's
And impact is not entirely
the
negative.
thing I
But what's the
wanted
impact? Is it making us louder? or
Exactly.
better?
Is it
What
making us
Is
louder?
it
Are
like
we getting
louder,
expanding
we're
our
getting more
reach?
visible. It's just
Visible,
louder.
visibility,
And
louder.
how
It's
and
not
how good is
better.
this? How good is visibility if there's no good
Visibility-
politics underneath?
It's not good because they do something and then people rightfully call them out, but the calling out is tinged with like homophobia,
Exactly.
xenophobia, and
Yes.
you want to defend them.
And it's
you're
not
trying
like
to
they're
like
calling them
separate it.
out. It's like they're calling the entire
Yeah.
community
Everybody
out.
out.
Yes.
So do you think that to an extent that they've made a mess of what legends who propagated this culture in the past, from Charlie Boy down to Derele, now to this, do you think that they've not
No.
carried the legacy in the way that those other
No,
ones
I feel
have?
like we shouldn't put legacy on just
Yeah.
random queer
On just
people.
random queer
Because
people, right?
why do
But
they
they
have
made
to-
impact. You can't deny the fact
It
that there was an
doesn't.
impact.
The impact they
That's
made,
not what I'm
honestly,
talking
it's
about.
not
It was
a
not centered
general.
around
Yes,
queerness.
and it was not
Around
No,
centered-
it wasn't.
But
But
can I
it's-
say
okay,
something?
but
It can be
they are
of
queer, so
visibility.
regardless of it, it's still queer impact.
No,
Yeah.
that's not
No.
what I'm saying. I'm saying that do you want someone to be like, oh my god, so it's like Desmond making a mockery of the legacy or something? Like, do you want to continue? Like, do you want somebody to look at you and say like, oh, you should continue this legacy? Do you live your life as like a representation of everybody?
Like you're an
No,
icon,
no,
and
no.
then everybody else has to
Exactly.
follow your
No.
Exactly,
footstep
like
or
they
something.
don't live as though they want to be icons for
Yeah,
us.
Yeah.
no,
And
at
this is like
all.
they're just normal human beings, and
Yeah.
we shouldn't put that pressure on them.
Right.
That oh, because you are so visible and taking the brunt of this, you have to represent us in the very best way possible.
If you ask me, what I think is missing from queer stories in the media is the internalized misogyny. Like that's what is mostly forefront and should be taken out is one of the things that I always say in most queer stories, and even in the representation of non-public figures and all of that. There's, for example, there was a period Bobrisky came out and was talking trash about women, saying women were
she does that.
doing this, women are
The same
haters.
women gave her best dress.
The same thing with one other person. I'm trying to remember their names, but the thing is this, right? You don't have to hate on cis women or trans women or women in general to push yourself further as a queer person.
Right.
You need to be very sure and assured in your personality as a person, so that when you're talking about yourself, you're not coming from a place of, oh, I have too much haters. I know that used to be Bobrisky's brand, always falling on haters, but a lot of the people that they call haters are their biggest supporters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Most times,
so why are you hating on the people who constantly support and shield you from, the general...
Oftentimes, queer joy is like framed as this very political art. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Do you guys think it's political? Do you think it's just us living? Okay, it's political. That's side. So that's side. That's side says it's political.
I mean, I think about it in a like, we don't have any choice but to do it. It's not as if we're doing it and we're like, oh my god, I'm going to like. We don't have any choice. Like, what do you want to just be sad
every time?
Yeah, you do it in spite. You're not thinking of
And
it
it's
like
media.
I'm going to stick it to them. So like pushing queer joy in media, I mean, it can be political because yes, you need to show them that okay, in spite of everything, we're still here, we're still living. Like we can't be put down in spite of what.
And it's not just to show them; it's also to show the younger generation
that
what aspect of queer
This is
joy
what you get.
we centering on?
Honestly, I think
Is that
just
like-
the mundane,
living,
the everyday,
the everyday life.
casual.
the friends,
Yeah.
your family, your chosen family,
The going
your
out.
Yeah, the going out, the
partying,
partying,
having fun, living.
the finding
Exactly.
houses,
The
all those,
raves.
everything, all of it,
all of it is
all
part.
of it is part of it.
So
Yeah.
do it
For me,
deliberately.
I'm just living my life.
Yeah, but like in
But
one way
again,
or the other,
existence is political.
I agree with you both. I agree with you all.
Mhm.
But for me, I feel like I'm less political than I'm a naturally joyful person.
Yeah.
You are more
And I
political
try
than
to-
you talk.
Hello.
Your look is political, Helena.
Excuse me.
growing up as like one of the younger generation that was very closeted, seeing the older queer people on media, I don't even know them. They're just living their life on Instagram. I had this person that I really hope they never open their DM ever. Because I used to just go to her DM and rant. I was in the closet and it was only her I talked to.
Yeah.
Mind you, she was not following me back. It was just me.
That's
She was
okay.
just living her life on Instagram. She just openly
Was she
queer,
responding
living
to
life.
you?
No,
No.
she's not even.
So you're just dropping there. Telling her your story.
Yeah.
And she never responds to
Yeah,
you.
she doesn't even see it.
No.
Yes, like, but for me, I existing was made me hopeful, made me even in the closet, deep in the closet, even when I had internalized homophobia, seeing her live her life that freely just made me know I could live my life freely. So I really think like it helps younger generation a
It
lot.
does actually.
Nice.
It does.
Wait, do you guys have that? Like, a person, a piece of queer media that, gave you guys hope when you were still young?
I'm
You're still young. You're still young. Sorry. But yeah.
I think I have the authority to
Actually.
answer that.
Yeah.
Right. So while growing up I think it was you I was mentioning it to, in 2013, when the
You grew up in
picture-
2013?
2013.
You're still growing up?
I was young. So we're growing up. I was young. I mean, look at me now.
Yeah.
The one you're looking for is not old. It's legendary. It's
Actually.
iconic. Right?
Yeah.
So, seeing a picture, woke up one morning and there was a picture of, Charlie Boy and Derele, kissing on magazines. And it was a big deal. Medias were calling them all manner of names. But what I saw there was, something that says, I see you. I mean, the older person was an older generation. I mean, I'm not talking about queer representation per se here, but they were doing
but in
something
media.
similar,
Yeah.
and that was like a passing of baton. It was more like, it was representation for me. And it did something to my mind, because while I love them individually, seeing that, okay, this one knows this person, supports this person, understands this person, acknowledges and validates this person, it was life-changing for me. So people are out there calling them all manner of them, but as a young person then, it did something to me. I held on to that magazine cover for many years.
Oh.
Yeah.
For me,
Yes.
also, it was Charlie Boy for me as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And it
Okay.
was because
Icon.
it was also because he had multiple piercings and
Right.
and always
we see
tattoos.
I always wanted multiple piercings since I was a child. Like
Yeah.
that's why people think it's rebellion or whatever. No, I had always planned
Totally.
my tattoos, my piercings, everything since I was like sane enough to do that.
Right.
And when I now discovered Darren Lay, when I started, doing Big Brother auditions, and I started following him, and I was like,
Finally, someone like me.
wow. So I would stalk them on Instagram.
Right.
I would stalk them on Facebook. And then when I started getting face piercings, everyone was like, this one a Charlie Boy daughter. So yes. So it does help. Representation in media does help a lot of queer people, which is why I try to live my life
To the fullest.
as
Authentic
as possible, so that someone out there, and of course I do get DMs, from people who are like, oh, I really want
It's
to
from
be
Kesh.
like
It's from Kesh.
Kesh, I'll go and check my DMs. Let me have the one.
but then again, you work in the media, you know this, you've seen it, or you
I work in the media too.
you work, no, but the question is for him. The question is for him, right? I mean, you are a legend, legendary Helena. But then again, do you think that the media as job are giving more visibility to queer expressions? Because people have argued that these are supposed to be places where queer people could find, especially in their expression, could find joy. But I've also had the arguments that media houses are not letting these people breathe.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about that?
I think honestly, it's like a two-pronged thing here, because the traditional ones, for sure, they're not giving space to queer people at all. I don't want to name drop people, so I won't throw attention to them, but
Right.
I think they are like a few online places that are making spaces for those people.
Right.
I want to say those people like it's not part of me. But like for queer
Well, it's
people,
okay for queer
yeah,
people,
I think they're like in the online places doing that. But those places also like become subject of homophobic hate.
homophobia.
And sometimes
basically.
they kind of won't be eligible for some kind of funding because of the fact that they don't like
Their
champion
representation.
stuff like that. So it makes it so that even when they want to, they're very aware that we have to calm down, which is sad because traditional houses are going ham on like their homophobia and their sensationalization.
So
Bruh.
queer stories, creatives, and funding.
Mm.
Do you think they need upcoming creation, amateur ones need
Yes.
better funding?
Yes.
As much
As
funding
hell.
as
You can
possible.
tell that they have
Yes.
stories,
But when
really
Exactly.
good stories.
Yeah,
but
authentic
then-
That's
stories.
things to tell.
Yes.
Here is why I think maybe a lot of people hopefully some people who are watching us right now can look into funding a lot of queer stories, because
We
so
need
many of
longer
us have a lot of
stories.
Yeah.
stories.
Longer stories.
I
need
myself
longer
have a lot of
sitcoms.
stories that I
You
want to
do.
shoot, but I do not have the financial capacity to shoot them.
All right,
So,
close.
and one of the stories is something that I wrote since when I was working for terrestrial TV,
Right.
because I was literally boxed a lot.
It was
by
a
some
lived
of our bosses.
experience.
It was a lived experience.
Mm.
And at some point it was a case of, if you're not going to act straight or be straight, you're not going to be a part of us, right? And there was a time I was blacklisted also for being queer, and for some reason I'm actually very cis presenting. I believe to be, am I wrong?
Go ahead.
We'll just quiet. Like,
Am I in a bubble that I need to box or
Sorry.
something?
We can't lie to you, but
Well-
no, you don't look straight.
At all.
You don't look straight. I'm
What do you
sorry.
mean? You're very straight.
You look
What does it
It's
mean to
like-
look straight?
You need to look
Straight
like
person.
a very normal projection of what people are supposed to look.
A very
in society.
conventional presenting
Yes.
person.
And you don't look conventional.
Does Desmond look straight?
No.
Yay. You guys, we've done 7 episodes into the lives of queer people. We've explored everything. What's something that you want people who have not been here with us to take away from this experience?
So
Q Convos?
whenever you come across this video, I need you to understand that your journey matter. That story you want to tell means a lot to us, and you are not alone. There are people here. The media might not understand you, but keep going. Someday your voice will be heard, no matter how harsh. Please speak. Thank you.
I think you should be the media you want to see.
Right.
I think you should live. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have a whole camera and everything. Just be the media you want to see. Live your life, basically.
I think I think existing is very powerful, and existing loudly and proudly will do more than you think it will. There's somebody out there looking out at you and think that you are very amazing. So just start and keep doing what you're doing.
And we think you're amazing too.
Yes.
I think that there is always hope. Like, no matter how bad things seem, tomorrow is going to get better.
Right.
Tomorrow, something minute is going to change, and
Tomorrow the sun
everything
will come
just.
So just keep going.
Come on, tomorrow.
Like, just keep moving.
So you kind of
Right.
put on
I-
tight.
I think you should be safe.
Yeah, safety first.
Safety is the most important thing. You do not have to come out to anybody. As long as you have accepted yourself for being queer, you just, do the little micro things to establish yourself as a queer person, but put your safety forward, because aside from online, real life is very chaotic, very harmful, especially if you do not have the financial means to place yourself above a lot of rubbish. Put your safety first, put yourself first, and your happiness first. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And that's been this season on Q Convos. Yeah!